As we turn to the UFC women's flyweight title fight, current champion Valentina Shevchenko aims to make yet another defense of her title and look to extend her 8-fight win streak as she takes on Dana White Contender Series veteran and number 4 ranked Taila Santos, who earned her first title shot after a 4-fight win streak. Taila, I'm glad you're here. I know you were having some technical issues, so we're going to jump right in with questions. Mike Bond from MMA Junkie, you are first.
Hey, can you hear me?
There you go.
Do we have Valentina here too, Megan? I couldn't hear the intro.
Yes, Valentina and Taila are both here for you.
There was not any difficulties because I kept myself active and training and keep me improving as always. And especially I was visited my hometown, my home country, and this was very exciting for me because it's kind of like going back to visit my family, my friends. The place where I grew up is a place what bring me like so much energy for the upcoming fight. That's why I feel very recharged, very like completely with this desire to fight and show myself the skills and everything.
And I'm curious, since the last time we saw you fight, we've seen both Amanda Nunes and Rose Namajunas lose their titles. I'm curious if seeing that, they were champions that were expected to defend their belts in those fights. Does that motivate you at all or make you more focused for your fight when you see that?
No, not at all. I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do to win the fight and show the best of me, my best performance. And this is like I was showing every single my fight. So there is no other. I know what to do to stay motivated all the time.
And I'm just curious, lastly, what you think of Taila as an opponent. Obviously, you fought a lot of different styles at this point, but she comes in with a very impressive, nice record. What do you think she brings to the table in this fight?
I think that she is very strong fighter. She has like a lot of physical like power and everything. And another thing, like being fighting for the title, it requires like to be the best from the other girls, what they are like behind her. That's why, as always, I'm preparing my best, my 100% for every single defense what I have. I take so I respect all my contenders, all my opponents, and this is make me like I think not underestimate their skills, but also see their weak sides.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Moso from Mo Sport. That's who we're going to go with next. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering every name and pronunciation here. Looks like he's joined. If you want to unmute yourself, you should be able to speak.
Hello, can you hear me?
There we go.
Yeah, no worries. It's Mashopi, that's fine. Mashopi from moandsports.com. Taila, what do you think is the key route for you to win this fight?
Taila, qual que você acha que é a chave para você vencer essa luta?
Eu creio que levar essa luta para o solo, né? A Valentina é uma atleta bem dura, tem uns pontos fortes na trocação, mas eu creio que na luta de solo eu vou conseguir me sobressair.
So I think that taking this fight to the ground is the key. I think Valentina is very strong, and her key strong points were in striking. But I do think that if we take this down to ground, I can overcome her.
And Valentina, I see you smiling. What is your response to that?
Oh, it's the same response for all my other opponents. Someone was thinking they have better striking, another one thinking that they have better wrestling, but the octagon shows them that they are wrong. And this is like most exciting part of this like content, this fight, that see frustration on someone's face when they understand they are not better. But that's fine. I'm not having any issues to fight on the ground, stand up, like wrestle, whatever, because being UFC champion, MMA champion, it requires a lot of skills, a lot of abilities. You cannot be just one-sided fighter, and that's fine, that's good. I don't know if it's her tactic, like this is what she's really thinking to do, but whatever, I'm ready for anything.
Perfect, best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay, next, I think we have Alfredo Bush from Claro Sports. Alfredo, if we unmute you, you should also make sure you unmute yourself, and then we should be able to hear you.
I think I am on mute. Do you hear me?
Yep, perfect.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So for Valentina, do you still have this kind of have fun inside the octagon after all this winning you have in your record?
Have fun inside the octagon. You know, my approach to the fighter life, it's a little bit different than I see like other fighters having. So I see, I'm sorry. I see a lot of fighters, they are kind of like posting on their social media and like in interview mentioning that, okay, this is the hard part is over. Now we're gonna have make fun, like we have like making fun in the fight, like the hard part is over. This is like not that harder. But for me, it's just like the preparation, the hard part. It's just a step toward your goal. You still have to win the fight. You don't have time for having fun yet. The fun gonna be after your hands raised up. This is my approach to the fight. I never having fun during the fight. And this is what I think made me different, because you don't have time to like look for the crowd, how big is the stadium, how many person is there. It's like action, it's full action. The job is not done yet. Once you are stepping into the octagon, once you're stepping out with your belt, this is the time to have fun.
And once more, how do you keep yourself humble when you receive all these good adjectives and people talk good about you and your work and everything you have done? How do you keep yourself, hey, I'm still here, I still want to keep winning fights and be the best?
I think it's kind of like two different, like being humble and stay motivated. It's kind of like two separate. I think the normal person, when someone's saying good things about the person, they like it's normal to stay humble. They have to feel grateful for that things, that someone appreciate their job, what they was doing during like whole their career. So this is a normal people, they are reacting like that staying humble when someone saying good things about them. But if about motivation, what's keep me the same, like motivated as I was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it's my approach to my lifestyle, to my fight life, my fight philosophy. I'm not just a fighter who just having few years in a sport and then thinking about having other career. I'm not that type of the fighter. I'm here because I'm martial artist, and this is my biggest motivation. My family, my coach, my sister, my mom, all people, all fans who supporting me for the fight. I just feel I cannot disappoint them, and the right approach for the preparation for the fight and recover for the fight. I think this balance between these two things, it's keep me well balanced between going to one extreme to other extreme. I think so. The exactly my approach to my lifestyle and my fight life.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. Up next, I think we have Mika Frankel from the 1017 team. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm just butchering all of your names and outlets, but please correct me when you jump on. We should be unmuting you, and you should unmute yourself.
Hi, it's Micah Frankel, and yes, it's 1017theteam.com. For Taila Santos, where do you think you're going to be able to find success in this matchup?
Taila, onde você acha que você vai encontrar sucesso nessa luta? Quais pontos?
Então, como eu disse, a Valentina é uma atleta dura, né? Na trocação, venceu já várias oponentes duras também. Ela é uma atleta inteligente, mas eu creio que eu vou ter sucesso buscando a luta de solo, que é onde eu me sinto super bem. Eu venho de uma escola de Muay Thai também, me sinto super bem na trocação, mas eu vejo os pontos fracos dela no solo. Então, eu creio que nessa área é onde eu vou ter sucesso ali na luta.
Well, as I said before, Valentina is just a tough fighter, just one of the best, and very experienced, very intelligent in her striking. But I come from the strength of being on the ground. I think, as I said before, taking this fight down to the ground would be the best thing for me because I do feel I have advantages. I also come from school Muay Thai, so I feel confident about my striking, but I do think that the best strategy is actually take this fight to the ground, as I said.
And one more for Miss Santos. How much does the camp for Valentina have to completely just entail being a camp specifically tailored for this one matchup?
Mais uma pergunta para você, Taila. Quanto do camp que você fez agora teve que ser dedicado especificamente para ser um camp contra a Valentina, e não só um camp para você se preparar para uma luta? O que foi específico desse camp que foi focado a Valentina como oponente?
Então, eu sempre treinei, né, focada na campeã e nessa luta que é a mais importante, né? Todo treino meu sempre indo com a cabeça focada no dia que eu ia chegar nessa luta. Então, agora aconteceu e a gente já vem, desde que eu soube que ia acontecer a luta do cinturão, a gente já está treinando focado para essa luta e ajustando os pontos necessários que precisam ser ajustados, né? A gente vem desde que eu fiquei sabendo da luta, ajustando cada ponto, focado na estratégia, né? Voltar em cima da Valentina. Então, a gente vem ajustando os pontos, focado na luta e em cima da estratégia que a gente fez para ela.
So I've always trained thinking about the champion. I've always trained preparing myself for this fight. I've always prepared for this moment. So my camps, I've always been looking for that moment to arrive. Now that this moment has arrived, what we had to do is to adjust the strategy, adjust specific points, go for specific strategies to win this fight because now the moment has arrived. So this camp was focused more on strategy and to fine-tune everything that has been done in the past for this, to fight for this belt, as I've always waited.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Let's try again with Jay Anderson from Cage Side Press.
Thanks very much. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot. First of all, for Valentina, I mean, at this point in your career, you talk about, not looking past your opponents, but I'm curious what your goals are and what motivates you on a larger scale. Is it title defenses? Is it setting records? Do you have other goals that you want to accomplish in your time in the sport?
Everything that you mentioned right now, it's in my head, but still not looking to pass my next challenge, not still looking like the key, not underestimate your opponent. And this is like what I do. Martial arts for me, it's everything. Keep active, stay in like good shape, good health, defend my title, and whatever. I don't know what's the end of the year gonna bring. Like maybe to fight in the different weight classes, to go for the double champ status. I don't know. This is everything that we are speaking about, me, my team, my management team, and just waiting for the right moment and the best moment to make it happen.
You mentioned the double champ status there, and if Juliana were to beat Amanda Nunes in that rematch, do you think it more likely that the UFC would want to match you up because we did see you with Amanda twice already? Do you think there's a better chance if Juliana wins?
I think why not? Because a few years ago we fought with Juliana. I submitted her with Amber in the second round, and I think it's gonna be excited fight for everything as well. Or she would go down and try to challenge in flyweight, whatever. But I tell that if Amanda will be in the same shape what she fought Juliana that time, definitely Juliana has all chances to win her. But if Amanda gonna be in the fight shape when she fight me, I think she will get back her belt, and we are gonna still come back for this third fight thing happening. So it's either way. I don't care really. Yeah, I can fight both of them at the same time, like whatever.
Thanks, Champ. And for Talia, just a quick one from me. I mean, when you see something like Pena upsetting Amanda Nunes, does that give you confidence knowing that anything can happen on any given night?
Fala para você agora, quando você vê a Juliana Pena ganhando do Amanda Nunes, isso te dá uma esperança de que existe uma chance, uma esperança maior, uma esperança adicional de que isso que é possível e que isso pode acontecer?
Pode repetir o comecinho?
Quando você vê uma Juliana Pena ganhando da Amanda Nunes, isso te dá uma confiança de que tudo pode acontecer e que alguém que entra no octógono para ganhar da campeã pode ganhar da campeã com uma luta daquelas?
Sim, com certeza, eu acredito. Vendo, né, aquela derrota lá da Amanda, né, contra a Pena, vejo que isso é bem possível e os dois atletas têm 100% de chance. Assim que eles sobem lá em cima, os dois têm 100% de chance. Enquanto não acabar a luta, os dois têm 100%, né? Então é igual videogame. Os dois entram com a barrinha cheia e vai acabando a vida. Então eu creio que isso é possível sim. E vai quem pensei quem está melhor ali focado no seu treinamento, focado com o seu espiritual, focado com o físico, né? Quem tiver mais preparado também, com certeza.
Of course, I surely do, because I think that when athletes step into the octagon, they have both actually have 100% chance. When you see a fight just like Amanda's defeat to Juliana, basically everyone comes into the octagon with 100%. Just like a video game. When you come in to a fight in a video game, there's two bars there, 100% stamina on both sides. And, it takes a little bit of life. But the fact of the matter is the one that's more spiritually ready, the one that's more physically ready, the one that's more focused, the one that's more driven is going to win. So athletes come in with 100% chance on each side. And the one that's more focused and the one that's more prepared for the fight is going to come out winning.
This is exactly the point. But not forget, it's kind of like mental game. It's mental game for all fighters. And we know exactly that Amanda doesn't have this mental game very strong. In her previous fight, we could see that. And we could see that everyone can break their mental game. But, I have very strong mental game.
Thanks very much.
Okay, and our last set of questions for these ladies are coming from Adriano Albuquerque from Globo.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask this question to Taila. I'm gonna ask it in Portuguese. Taila, é um prazer estar falando contigo. Todo mundo fala que a Valentina é imbatível, é a melhor do mundo, isso e aquilo outro. Como que você faz para não ser afetada por esse falatório e se manter centrada sem perder a fé?
Taila, this is everyone pretty much says, I mean, Valentina is the champion. She's the best fighter in the world. She's the toughest. And it's all that talk. So what do you do to keep yourself focused, centered, and just basically not pay attention to all the noise and to continue powering on?
Então, é um prazer. E, primeiramente, eu não me sinto afetada com esses comentários, né? Eu sempre desde quando eu comecei, tive que, o que vence é o trabalho duro, né? Então, eu sou focada no que eu faço, focada no meu trabalho, sempre buscando elevar a minha mente, o meu espiritual. Então, esses comentários não me afetam, eu sou uma menina também tranquila, calma, sempre focada no meu objetivo. Os comentários de fora não me afetam, eu me fecho para isso, então não tenho nenhum problema com isso.
As a pleasure to be talking to you. Basically, those things don't affect me. I don't let the noise come in because I've always been of the philosophy that hard work and the journey actually is what's going to get you there. And so I've always been a quiet girl, Jiri on my own mind, and I don't let those things, that outside noise get it. All I need to do is basically take my spirit and my mind higher and that allows me to not let things in like that. So the outside noise doesn't really affect me.
E, Taila, por esse domínio da Valentina no peso mosca, pouca gente vai acreditar que você possa ser essa pessoa que vai vencê-la. Eu queria que você dissesse por que as pessoas deveriam acreditar que sim, a Taila vai ser a pessoa que vai destronar a Valentina.
And Taila, with all this domination, Valentina and flyweight, I mean, a lot of people are gonna say, well, you are going to not, a lot of people are not going to think that you're the one that's going to dethrone her. I'd like you to tell people, why is it you that is going to be the one that is going to dethrone Valentina and, you know, make everyone believe?
Primeiramente, eu sou assim, eu penso assim, eu não preciso que ninguém acredite em mim, porque a primeira pessoa a acreditar e que precisa acreditar sou eu, né? Então, se eu acredito que eu vou destronar ela, eu acredito nesse meu potencial, é isso que importa. Mas também, né, para as pessoas que não acreditam, acreditarem, eu acredito que chegou a minha hora, né? Chegou um momento, muitos anos de trabalho, de foco, de dedicação, e se essa oportunidade, essa chance chegou para mim, é porque é o meu momento, e se eu fui chamada para estar lá, é porque eu tenho chances.
First of all, the only person, I don't need people to actually believe in me, because the only person that needs to believe that I can dethrone Valentina, it's myself. I'm the one that needs to believe. And if I believe in myself, it's going to happen regardless of what people think. Well, second, for those people who don't believe in me, for them to believe, just think of the hard work. It's my turn. That's what I think is my time to have this chance. It is my moment. I believe in all the hard work. I believe in all the journey I've had. And I believe that this is a time that I'm due for this. And I do believe that when my time has come, you should start believing that I could be the one.
Muito obrigado, Taila. Thank you, guys.
Obrigada.
Okay, thank you so much to Taila and Valentina for their time. Again, they're going to be competing for that flyweight world title at UFC 275. We appreciate you answering those questions for media today. Thank you so much, and good luck to both of you. Next up, we have the highly anticipated rematch between Zhang Weili and Joanna Jedrzejczyk. Joanna holds the record for the longest reigning champion in the women's strawweight division and is now tied for the most title fights in the UFC's women's divisions with Amanda Nunes. So Zhang Weili, she became China's first UFC champion in 2019 with a stunning first round finish of Jessica Andrade. And in 2020, Weili defended her title against Joanna in what went down in history as one of the greatest fights the UFC has ever seen. This rematch is sure to be nothing short of incredible. So I believe we will begin taking questions for Weili and Joanna in just a second. And I think Mike Bond from MMA Junkie has us geared up to go. He's first once again. Mike, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. Great. I guess just first of all, for both of you, finally getting this rematch, what's kind of your thoughts on it? And I guess what do you want to be different this time around in terms of how the fight plays out? I guess we can start with Zhang since I see her there first.
我挺期待这场二番战的，因为就是第一次的时候，我跟Joanna我们俩打了一个最精彩的一次比赛，所以我觉得二番战应该也会非常的好看，因为这2年的时间我们大家都进化了很多，我觉得这是肯定会是一场非常精彩的比赛。
For the last fight, it was a really good fight, one of the greatest female UFC fight in the history. So I think the second fight will be a really good one too. I think we improve a lot during this duration. So I think it's gonna be one of the best fights.
And the same for Joanna.
What was the question?
You're finally getting this rematch, Joanna. Obviously, the first fight was an epic. Just give me your thoughts on running it back, and what do you need to do different this time around to make it a different fight?
I need to be smart, and I'm very happy for the comeback. I'm very happy to get my second fight with Weili Zhang and go for the belt right after. So, you know, last fight was very close, and the decision could go either way. I felt like I did enough in the first fight. She was the champion that time, so sometimes you have to do more to beat the champion. But I feel like I gave all I had in Vegas in March 2020. So we working on some things. We sharpening my tools. I just need to stay calm, smarter. Bring all my tools to the octagon June 11 in Singapore. That's it. And I will win. I will get this victory and go for the belt right after.
And the expectations are going to be so high for this rematch, Joanna, just based on what happened the first time around. Do you want to go through a similar fight like that? Or do you think the fact that, you know, it's different stakes, 3 rounds, it kind of is going to change the outlook of the fight completely?
You know, I'm very gifted athlete, and for me it doesn't matter if we go 3, 5 or 10 rounds. It doesn't matter to me. I'm always putting on hell of a performance every single day at the American top team, so I'm always ready for everything and anything. Weili Zhang is such a great athlete. She's the former champion. She's one of the greatest, very tough physically, mentally. She has so many weapons, but I'm the GOAT of this division, you know. Maybe I'm not the champ right now, and I lost the belt a few years ago, but I know my legacy, and I know where the mistakes were made, and I'm ready to be back right to the top very soon this year.
And Dana White saying on Saturday night after Carla Esparza defeated Rose Namajunas that this was likely going to be a #1 contender fight now, and the winner fights for the belt. How does that change your motivation going into this fight? And I guess also if you could just give me some thoughts on how that fight played out between Rose and Carla.
Was it a question to me?
Yeah, for you first, and then the same to Zhang after.
The thing is, like, before I accept the fight with Weili Zhang, I knew that I was going to fight for the belt, and after the first fight with Weili Zhang, I knew that I was going to be the next one in line. Sometimes it takes time. There are another girls who has to fight for the belt as well, but I just wanted to be back. And here we go. We have a big fight. It's a, you know, fighting Weili Zhang for the second time is a big motivation for me, because I can be better every single day. I can get back to the gym every single day. For every training session, I train from 2 to 3, even 4 times a day. I'm so focused and motivated, and I'm just getting better. But you know, I don't know. I feel and I know that it's the right time. And I'm in the right place to be back right to the top, to having this belt. And I don't know, like, you know, this is a tough business, you know, and I feel so sorry for Rose, and she doesn't have to be sorry. It's a tough business. It looks easy, and that's the craziest about this sport. It's the beauty of this sport, that we perform, we train, we do the weight cuts, we don't see our families, friends for a long time, and sometimes when you step into the octagon, it's not your night. And I took a big losses in my fighting career, but it doesn't define you, you know. You have to keep your head up, change some things, and get back right to the top, you know. It's taking a while, but I'm super motivated, disciplined, and ready for my upcoming fight with Weili Zhang.
Okay, I think we'll go on to the next set of questions. They're from Damon Martin with MMA Fighting.
Hey, Joanna. Just to kind of follow up on that, I know you had a different opinion of what you thought was going to happen in the Rose Namajunas Carla Esparza fight. Were you surprised the fight played out that way?
Oh man, I was very surprised, because sometimes you have to do more. You have to do much more to beat the champion. But you know, I can speak for myself. I can't speak for Rose. I don't know what happened, you know. But when you feel that the first round wasn't good, and the second, you have to do something. Sometimes you have to risk to get the victory, even paying a big price. but I don't know what happened. I till the end of the fight, I thought that Rose got it, but no. And here we go. Like Carla, I really thought she was going to look better, and I was like, "Oh, this girl deserves the title shot. She had so many win streak. She has, but for me, she looked the same as 7 years ago when we fought for the belt in Dallas. And history likes to make a circle, and soon to be the champ.
You already knew that, a win here would probably get you a title shot, but now we, kind of know that also because you have a dominant win over Carla Esparza, so it kind of helps, build the anticipation for that. Does that change your perspective on the rematch with Weili in terms of the pressure, in terms of the expectations you have for yourself, just knowing, what is next?
Of course, I know the price, and I know who I am, how big my legacy is. Like I have received so many messages from Polish people, like people from all over the world after the fighting weekend, and they're like, some of them, they were like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I was hating on you because you took a few losses, but you're the real GOAT. I didn't know you were holding the belt for such a long time." And that's the thing, people are like, "You are not the queen anymore." Yes, I'm the queen of the strawweight division. I put on hell of a work and lots of effort into building this division. It's the lightest division in the UFC, but people love watching the strawweights, and we always put on great fights. Me, Weili, Zhang, Rose, and other girls as well. And but I feel we spoke just a few days ago, and after this weekend, I feel even more motivated. I'm tired because I have been training so hard for my fight with Weili Zhang since January. I got back to American Top Team in the middle of January, and I've been training from 11 till 13 times a week in last 4 months. And man, I'm tired. But after this weekend, so before that, before the weekend, I was like, no, I need to make some adjustments in my training schedule. But man, after what I have seen at the UFC 274, I'm more motivated, and I just want to do more to clearly win at the UFC 275 with Weili Zhang. What is not going to be easy, but to get this victory and go for the belt, and bring light on this division again, because since I lost the belt in 2017 to Rose Namajunas via knockout, I had very close second fight with her, very good fight with Michelle Waterson, Tisha Torres, very close fight with Weili Zhang. And I always bring this extra light, extra attention, extra energy into the octagon, into the strawweight division. There is so many upcoming prospects you have been talking about. We can see, but when they get to the top three, me, Rose, Weili, there's no more prospects. That's why there's so many like rematches in this division, because me, Weili, Rose, we all can be the champions again.
Thank you, Joanna.
All right, up next, Nick Atkin from SCMP.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Cool. This one is for Weili. There's been a lot of talk about maybe making this fight 5 rounds. I know Joanna would like to have 5 rounds. Would you prefer if this fight was 5 rounds, or are you happy with the 3 rounds?
No, she turned down the fight a month ago, so she doesn't want to fight. She doesn't want to go 5 rounds.
All right. Weili, what do you say to that?
我觉得我觉得3个哥哥都差不多，但是只是方法不一样而已。因为我不知道那是不是因为我们不是冠军赛，而且我觉得没有那个就是不是头条去打5个的吧，所以我也不知道那个就是他说的要打5个是什么，是要 UFC 这样破例吗，还是要怎么样？
So personally, I think there's no big difference between 3 rounds or 5 rounds. So, because we are not the main event and we are not the title event, so I think the 3 rounds or 5 rounds is really similar game, and only the difference is gonna be on the strategy part.
Clever
And
answer.
we heard, sorry, go ahead.
Smart answer.
Okay. We heard from Joanna as well about the Namajunas Esparza fight. I just wanted to get Weili's thoughts as well. Was Weili surprised at the outcome? And does this now maybe open the path to another title shot for Weili, given the 2 losses to Namajunas? Maybe this, if she beats Joanna, this might be easier for her to get another title shot.
我觉得这是我跟Joanna的机会，这也是我们俩肯定希望看到的结果。我觉得他们比赛，我觉得可能 Rose 的心理负担太大了，所以但是这个结果对我跟Joanna是好的，我们都希望看到这样的结果，然后也有机会去重新挑战冠军。
I think for me and Joanna, for both of us, that's a good opportunity. For Rose's performance, I think she is too pressured during the fight, but the result is good for me and Joanna. I think we have a chance to challenge the title again.
And Weili, you've taken your training camp to Phuket in Thailand with Bang Tao, Muay Thai and MMA. What's it been like working with Josh Hinger and George Hickman, Frank Hickman?
感觉很好，然后教练教了我很多很好的摔法，然后我觉得收很多。
It's really good. I studied a lot. The coaches teach me a lot, different kind of takedowns. I got a lot of new knowledge.
And sorry if I have time. Finally, just I know it's some tough times back home in China. People going through some tough times with COVID. There's some lockdowns. Do you have a message for the people of China, and are you hoping to inspire them with a victory here?
我觉得通过大家不懈的努力，我觉得不管是疫情也好，比赛也好，所有的困难也好，大家都会战胜的。所以我觉得加油，一起加油。
I think if we make the effort, not even in the event, in the fight, or about the COVID situation, we will beat them. So let's go.
Well, thank you very much.
I guess we're going to wrap up there. Ladies, we appreciate it so much. We cannot wait for the rematch of that incredible fight. One of the greatest things that ever happened inside the octagon. Thank you very much for your time. We will see you in Singapore for UFC 275.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see if we can now bring in UFC light heavyweight champ Glover Teixeira and the title contender Jiri Prochazka. I mean, he had the most incredible win at UFC 267 in Abu Dhabi, and that is when Glover Teixeira claimed the belt and became a world champion. He takes on the Czech Republic's Prochazka, who entered the UFC in 2020 and put the division on notice with back-to-back knockouts. And with those performances, he earned himself a shot at the UFC title. We will now begin, I believe, taking questions for Glover and Jiri. And if history has taught us anything on this call, I believe we're going to start with Mike Vaughn. We'll see if he's on there.
Hey, Glover, just curious. I mean, first title defense, how do things change? You were pursuing that belt for so long, but now you're the guy who has to defend it. How does that change your mindset going into a fight like this?
Man, the same way, same training, same mindset, just gotta be focused, get there and do what I have to do.
And what do you make of Jiri as an opponent? Obviously, he's got a very unique fighting style. How do you prepare differently for that?
There's no preparation different. We just got to watch his style a little bit, but we're not at that point yet. I'm just focused in my conditioning, what I have to do, focus on my style. And in the last preparation of the camp, that's when start looking at the videos a little bit and start making adjustment here and there, but pretty much like just focus on my style,
And how do you feel about going to Singapore to do this fight? Obviously, there's going to be a big time change and things like that. What do you do in order to get your body and your mind ready for something like that?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be in Singapore. I heard it's beautiful there. I've never been there, and I'm just excited to be there and fight and defend the belt. Man, excited and happy about it.
Robert Rampa is available. Robert?
Hello, thank you very much, Glover. The fight is placed in Singapore. We know it. Jiri was used to fight in Asia for years. Do you think there is a slight advantage for him for that reason?
Could be, every experience is experience. He fought there before, but I fought out of the country. That doesn't never bother me too much. What bothered me before was different things. Right now, I'm like in a position that, man, I'm just excited about being another place and training and fight and excited about everything.
Okay, I have a second question. Jiri spent some time with Hendrik Cejudo. How seriously do you take this fact?
Henry he's a great wrestler. Probably like he needs some of that. You know what I mean? He's gonna fight. He's gonna fight me. Know my style. I'm going after for takedowns for everything. So just hopefully he learns some good stuff from Cejudo.
Thank you very much.
Let's go to Adriana Albuquerque from Globo. I believe he has some questions.
Yes, hi, I'm back. Glover, I'm going to ask in Portuguese. Glovão, já são alguns meses como campeão. Mudou alguma coisa na sua vida? Qual é a diferença entre a sua vida como um lutador comum e a sua vida como campeão do UFC? E você, Glover, mudou alguma coisa nesse tempo?
Você não viu meu stories outro dia, não, cara? Aí eu tava na fila no Target, aí eu falei assim, porra, não mudou nada, sou campeão do mundo, eu ainda tenho que ficar na fila do mesmo jeito. Não, cara, realmente é só as pessoas mesmo me chamando de campeão, um accomplish, né? Uma oportunidade que tive aí de ganhar o cinturão e estar como o melhor do mundo no momento. É sensacional que eu tive, mas a vida continua do mesmo jeito, cara. Eu sou um cara centrado, sou um cara focado no que eu sou sempre o que eu sou e sempre acredito que vou ser assim, você entendeu? Não tenho que mudar o meu jeito ou o jeito de viver, nem nada. A minha felicidade que eu era antes de ser campeão, continuo sendo assim e é só mesmo uma oportunidade, né, como eu disse antes, né, foi a cereja no bolo, né?
Certo. Eles estão me pedindo para perguntar em português e em inglês, Glover. Não sei se você também vai ter que responder em português e inglês. Mas, I'm going to ask in Portuguese and in English now. Muita gente acha, Glover, que o Prochazka é o futuro da divisão e que esse futuro começa agora. Eu quero perguntar para você por que essas pessoas estão enganadas. So a lot of people seem to think that Prochazka is the future of this division and that this future starts now. Why are these people wrong?
Well, some people are definitely going to ruin for him, and it's going to thank the guys. He's young. The guys they want. He got the look. They wanted to do that, but he's going to have to pass through me, and I'm very prepared to defend my belt. And man, the fight is just like what I prepare and what I do. I'm just happy to be here and happy to defend this belt against Prochazka, and just want to go over there. And if that's what it is, he's going to be the champion, and then he's going to have to beat the champion.
My last question to Glover. Glover, do you still think? I know you're not looking past Prochazka by any means, but do you still think about a rematch against Jones in the future?
Man, his situation right now is like defending this belt again in June 11. And of course, I'm always focused in my next fight. I'm always say there. I never jump an opponent. I look through opponent and think, oh, this fight is gonna happen. That never happened to me before. It's not gonna happen now. My next fight is my focus, and but down the line, who knows? John Jones, a champion heavyweight. I'm still champion light heavyweight, and if that fight happens, there'll be a possibility. There's a great fight. It's a great rematch.
Obrigado, Glover. Depois a gente se fala aí. Vou estar lá em Singapura para te ver lutar. Thank you, guys.
Valeu, valeu, fera.
Okay, next I believe it's Nicholas Adkin from the South China Morning Post.
Hey, sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Cool. Yeah, this one is for Jiri. Are you going to be heading to Phuket, Thailand for some of your camp? I heard you might be coming this way.
Yeah, that's true.
So what's attracted you to, is it Bangtao you're going to be at? Are you coming to work with the Hickmans? Yeah, what was your reasoning behind that?
The reason is simple because I want to be ready in their timeline, to be ready in their weather. So that's the reason, nothing else.
And there's some world-class coaches there, obviously. That must be another bonus for you.
Yeah, that's the reason.
All right, and that's it for me. Sorry, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you so much. Up next, Damon Martin from MMA Fighting.
Hey guys, first question for Jiri. Jiri, we know your style is so exciting, explosive, unpredictable, but there always comes a certain level of danger with that as well, taking those chances. Do you feel like you want to keep your same style against Glover no matter what? Do you want to stay that same exciting, explosive fighter, not allow him to predict anything you're going to do in there?
No. Because I think my last style in my last fight was changed, because I have to change this style, because especially in the ground game, especially in the wrestling, that's why I drilled that with the Henry, and then back in Czech Republic with my coaches. Everybody knows my strong weapon and my weakest weakness. So that's why I start to drill that. That's why I start to preparing the dangerous technique in that, and I believe in myself in that much more than ever. So I'm glad for that, to have an opponent like a Glover, because he's gave me the opportunity to prepare myself in these styles to be better and better. So yeah.
How much confidence do you have in yourself now, if this fight hits the ground, that you can not only survive, but, win on the ground against a legend like Glover, who is incredible on the ground?
With all respect, I have to be dominant on the ground, not like other opponents who's just taking the Glover's game, like they just started defending. My game is not defending. My game is all the time attacking, all the time to be the dominant in dominant positions, from the back, from the up guard. Doesn't matter.
And for Glover, Glover, you've fought everybody, the who's who, throughout your entire career in the UFC. We mentioned John Jones, but going down the list, all the guys you fought. Where do you put Jiri in terms of the dangers that he represents in this fight? Like, where would you rank him in terms of the guys you fought in the UFC?
Man, Jiri is the new generation. It's like he bring a different style, like you say, the improvement of these guys that coming out right now. You just make you better. The competition make you better, and he's the guy that risk. He's the guy that take a risk. I'm the guy that take a risk. We put excited fights. It's very sad, to be honest, to see a guys like the way we talk, and we don't sell as much, because it's very martial art, very, very respectful. But like the way we fight is we put everything in line. You see the way the guys fight. You see the way I fight. I have the most finished fights in UFC history in the light heavyweight. you know, and I put it up there. I go in, you know, losing or winning. I'm over there bleeding. I'm over there fighting, and that's the style that he's bringing. You know, man, it's kind of like people always say nothing really bothers me because I'm just happy to where I am, what I'm doing right now. But those kind of things, it's like it's upsetting a little bit because those kind of fighters, those are the ones who should be more appreciated other than be here and be make a chaos and the cameras and do all that. And when it comes to a fight, we be like throwing a jab from the distance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Does it bother you as a guy who's been around and earned the respect of, you know, everybody from the fighters to media people like me, that's kind of where the sport's gone, where it's, you know, so much about the talk, so much about, you know, trash talk and kind of building the fight that way and not as much about what's actually happening in the cage?
Yeah, well, I don't mind the trash talk. To be honest, as a fan and a little bit, I look at those guys trash talking, but they gotta back it up, man. Those guys are forgetting about it, the fight game, and that's why guys like me, guys like Michael Chandler, they're still coming back and still kicking ass, man, for years there in UFC because those guys they worry about it too much, what they're gonna say, what they're gonna dress up, what they're gonna show up in a fight or whatever, the press conference, and forget about the training a little bit, you know.
Thank you, Lover. Thank you, Jiri.
Okay, next we have Keith from Sherdog. Keith, are you there? And would you like to ask a question?
I noticed that you have the belt over your shoulder, and I think about, you know, you had such a long career without the belt. If you retired without ever achieving that title, would you have been satisfied with your career?
Yeah, man, I don't think that I you know, that didn't happen, you know. So it's like I just wanted to I don't know how to answer that question. It's like something that didn't happen. Whether I'll be satisfied, for sure, because you know, I was happy and I'm a happy man with my career. Probably I'm missing something, but that's why I keep going, man. You know, so it's a weird question, to be honest. You know, it's like I never thought about it. You know what I mean?
And over to Jiri. Hopefully this question won't be as weird. You come from a background fighting in the Asian market. Now you're fighting in Asia for the title. Do you think that carries a little bit of advantage that you're kind of used to the travel and everything?
For me, it doesn't matter where I'm fighting. If it's in Rio de Janeiro or in America or in Japan, doesn't matter for me. Because for me, it's important to fight, to fight and the victory.
Jay Anderson from Cage Side Press.
Hey, thanks very much. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Glover, I wanted to ask the kind of run that Jiri is on right now. You know, I don't believe he's lost a fight since 2015. He's got all these finishes. It's very reminiscent of your own rise up to the first title fight with John Jones. And I'm wondering if that gives you any sort of an advantage because you can kind of put yourself in his shoes and understand the confidence that he's going to have coming in.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like I say, I love the challenge. I think everybody keeps saying like Jiri is ready for he's the next guy because he only have 2 fights in FC. But I see the guy that he beat, the way he beat them in the fight, and me as right away, man. I could sit back and say he's got to fight again and make all the politics and stuff. Try to do there right away. I wanted to fight him because I thought he fought well. I thought he was the next guy. And like I say, I like to challenge myself, man. I like to see with my game. It's almost like the blood sport from Jean-Claude Van Damme. You see the style against style, but now we have one style that's MMA because everybody pretty much know every style. But then which one the they get better with, what style that's gonna do better, how this guy's gonna, training for my kind of style, they're going in, grind him and bring him to deep water and take him down and striking, and him is the same way. So I'm just excited for that.
All right, and Jiri, you turned pro in 2012. That was the same year that Glover actually joined the UFC. I'm wondering, was he someone that you were watching back then, and did you ever envision fighting him someday?
Man, I visualize that I will be the champ, but never to fight the Glover, and he's here, and I'm happy for that.
All right, well, looking forward to this one. Thanks very much to both of you.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. That does conclude the UFC 275 virtual press conference in partnership with the Singapore Tourism Board. We want to thank everybody for being here today and, of course, your supporting coverage. And a big thank you to Taila, Valentina, Joanna, Weili, Glover, and Jiri. We appreciate all of you spending your time with us and answering these questions. We will distribute the video and audio downloads from today's event to your emails as soon as they are available. Have a great day, everyone. We hope to see you in Singapore for UFC 275. Thank you all so much.